Tonight, I will be speaking about XODE Blockchain and how we are fast-tracking the development of Web3. And to our Japanese guests, this is why it makes sense to invest in XODE. And you'll know later on why. Here's the problem. We've all heard about blockchain and the wonders that it does, especially after the 2008 economic meltdown. However, the current blockchain platforms lack scalability, interoperability. They were pretty much like silos that were scattered around the world. They were a world within themselves. No communication between one blockchain to the other. Cost efficiency. Oh, have you tried porting your game in Ethereum? You're gonna die with the gas fees. And of course, the user-friendly environment. The beauty of Polkadot is Substrate. And what is Substrate? I'm not a tech guy, but I just found out in Hong Kong that Substrate makes building blockchains very fast. It used to take 6 months to 1 year to build a blockchain. But with the Substrate, which is now pretty much cut and paste, it's a very modular way of building blockchains. You can build a blockchain. Gavin Wood did it in a matter of hours. So that's how glaring the difference is. Market opportunity. Of course, the global blockchain market is projected to reach about 39 billion by next year. Solution to the problem. XODE Blockchain. Obviously, that's why I'm here. Why? Because it offers a comprehensive platform for Web3 game development, if you're a game developer, and decentralized applications, dApps, if you're a businessman looking for blockchain solutions, as well as decentralized financial services, or DeFi. Key features, very quickly. Scalability. The problem with the other blockchains is they cannot scale, or it takes so much time for them to scale. Interoperability. I already mentioned that. The other blockchains were like a world on their own, not communicating much among themselves. If you're BTC, you're BTC. If you're Ethereum, you're Ethereum. You want to change something? Forking, hard forks. That's why you have Bitcoin, BTC coin, and BTC something else. In Polkadot, that doesn't happen. You can make changes pretty much right away. I mean, by right away, I mean relative to the other blockchains. Developer-friendly tools. I mentioned Substrate. It's a very, very quick way of creating a blockchain. Trustless. Sir Glenn already mentioned trustless. For me, this is such a dirty word, trustless, because it's not good to talk to the world and say, hey, buy this shiny thing called XODE because it is trustless. So let me define trust again so that we are all on the same page. Time was, in Web 2, we trusted so many intermediaries. For example, the central bank. We trusted the central bank will do its job. And what did they do? The freaking central bank just printed and printed and printed dollars. Result, inflation. So don't complain that things are so expensive. Why? Well, you trusted the central bank. Look what they did to us, right? 2008 economic meltdown is another example. Exhibit A. The entire world as we knew it almost collapsed in 2008. The trigger was the US subprime crisis. You know that, right? Anybody here familiar with the US subprime crisis? Yeah, there you go. So that is an exhibit A of how intermediaries that we trusted, like the Securities and Exchange Commission. I'm not scared to mention them. They are supposed to be the guardians of the economy. Make sure that you are SEC registered, but what do? The SEC failed and failed miserably. Fitch, Standard & Poor, what are these institutions I'm mentioning? These are credit ratings agencies. Their job, they only had one job, right? Just to say whether this particular loan is AAA, is backed by AAA assets. Okay? They failed and failed miserably. Why? That was what the subprime crisis was all about. Nice, shiny AAA mortgages. Gisagulan man og mga mortgages nga basura. These were called ninja loans. The Japanese would know ninja. What do I mean by ninja loans? No income, no job, no asset, and yet they lent money to these borrowers. Thus, basura loans. They took the basura ninja loans and mixed it up with the AAA loans, and they sold these bonds into the world, in the global market. So, somehow, somewhere, those had to be repaid. But how can you pay a ninja loan? It can never. That was meant not to be paid. The greedy bankers were just taking their commissions. Again, an example of people we trusted, institutions we trusted that were not worth our trust. So, now you understand what I mean by trustless. With Web3, with XODE, you don't need to trust Sir Glenn or me or anybody. Just trust the process, even if the actors misbehave sometimes. Okay? And on-chain open governance, and this is very, very important. A while ago, the gentleman in olive shirt asked a question. Open governance, with Web3, you have the right to decide on how XODE will be run. You want the gas fees to be reduced? If you own a token of XODE, you can vote. You can propose to the DAO that you want this change. In Web2, that doesn't happen. Mark Zuckerberg, he makes the call. Next. So this is the pirate chain. This is us, XODE, and this one here in pink, that's a relay chain of Polkadot. So we're attached there. Now what it means is we are in parallel with this relay chain. So we can make changes on our own, on the fly. It doesn't affect the others. But it is interoperable with the others. Market analysis. Blockchain technology is disrupting various industries, even governments. Indonesia is a very positive, forward-looking country. Hopefully the Philippines will follow Indonesia. And the same with Singapore. Our competitive landscape. So let's see who we are in competition with. Well, of course, the major blockchains, right? Ethereum is number one. Next, we have Binance Smart Chain, Ripple, Tron, IBM, and so on and so forth. These are the major blockchains. Okay, here are XODE's unique features. First, ease of use. I mentioned that earlier. Again, substrate using modular approach to blockchain building. Multi-computer language support, like Solidity. If you are in the Ethereum space, you use Solidity, right? You know that. I see some heads nodding. Right now, we cannot use Solidity yet, but you will see later on in our roadmap, we will eventually get there. Solidity, Rust, Inc., and WebAssembly. Multi-asset support and Humidify integration for DeFi and decentralized exchange, and Polkadot OpenGov. Again, Polkadot OpenGov is very, very important because this is really democracy at work. Okay? Not one single institution, not even Gavin Wood. By the way, Gavin Wood, aside from being the Ethereum founder and Polkadot founder, he also coined the term Web3. So he founded the Web3 Foundation. And Polkadot is one of the tools to arrive at the promise of Web3. Because with Polkadot, if you own the coin, the native coin of Polkadot, which is DOT, you can vote and you can decide on the future, on the policies of Polkadot. Okay, the target audience of XODE is obvious. Hopefully you, the developers, Rust and Solidity developers, interested in building Web3 applications in general. So you are our natural market. Game developers as well, interested in porting their games to our Web3 gaming platform that is called XGame. That, by the way, is working. XGame hosts at least 19 Web3 games in various development stages. Enterprises, business seeking blockchain solutions for logistics, supply chain, digital identity, even real estate, and decentralized finance, among others. Kwarta padala, things like that is the obvious use case. And of course, crypto enthusiasts. Business model. Unsaon man ato pagkasapi aning blockchain. Mao na ning i-mention ni Sir Glenn. First is ICO and token sales. That's obvious. So you launch your native token, and you go to market and try to sell it for 0.001, and hopefully it will increase in value. Transaction fees or gas fees. Staking, loans. This is where DeFi comes in, and DeFi is there for you. DeFi rewards, and of course, capital gains. Smart contract consulting services, development, community building, education, and sessions like these, and partnership and collaborations. Like we collaborate with like-minded individuals in the Polkadot ecosystem, like 𝐃𝐢𝐭𝐚𝐧'𝐬 here. He has his own thing going, and he will tell you more about what he has going for you after me. Architecture. Okay, so we have parachains, we have Polkadot, we have Substrate, and Rust. XODE Blockchain is built on a Substrate framework that uses the modular approach. This dramatically speeds up, I already mentioned this. XODE leverages Polkadot's true interoperability, shared security, military-grade ×10 security, and scalability. There are nice blockchains like Ethereum. They can't scale as fast as we can. Technology components, smart contract support, WSA, WASM, and EVM. Multiple computer language support including Solidity, Inc., Rust, WebAssembly, multi-asset palette. I don't want to bore you with the tech things, you know these things already. And Humidify integration. Humidify being our decentralized finance application. Here's the roadmap I was talking about earlier. April 2024, that's today. We hope by the end of the month, we will be able to integrate Humidify. Again, Humidify is our decentralized finance use case. You can use this for staking. You have a coin, you can stake it with us. You can join pools, liquidity pools, swapping, loans, eventually, and other services. In May, hopefully next month, we will onboard X Rewards. What is this one? This is a Web2 business that leverages on 10,000 POS customers. Okay? So Sir Glenn mentioned that he was in the business of selling SaaS, software as a service. So we have access to at least 10,000 POS existing, living, breathing customers. And they all want a rewards program. What X Rewards will be, it's going to be a rewards program, just like, hey, you fly Philippine Airlines, I'll give you miles. So that you can get customer loyalty, right? That's what rewards program will be. So for the 10,000 or so customers, POS customers, we will include a rewards program by tokenizing this and using XODE, the blockchain. So you can imagine, for example, Philippine Airlines will be our client. We will tell PAL, you give, how many are you, are Globe subscribers here? Globe, raise your hand. Okay, I see quite a few. You, every so often, you get rewards from Globe, right? And what is it? Chicken freaking joy. How many chicken joys can you eat? I get that. I say, oh, Globe, thank you, but I'm not interested in your chicken joy. Sayang ba, di ba? So now, with Web3, with our application, with Sir Glenn's X Rewards, this will now be in the form of a coin. Let's say a PAL coin. Oh, you earn, for flying from here to Singapore, you earn 10 coins. You can use that coin, you can stake it in our pool, you can do whatever you want with it. It's yours, it's your reward. You do not necessarily have to eat chicken joy, right? It's a coin. So that's what it's all about in very, very broad strokes. Next, June, onboarding of Saver on XODE. This is a hardware client for light nodes. We will give you more details as this goes on board. In July, community building and engagement. We continue to do so, like fora like this one. And we will be signing a memorandum of agreement with the University of Cebu. So this Thursday, we will be judging one of the contests. And on Friday, Sir Glenn the team will be at UC. IEC for a huge event of the University of Cebu. Next, September, runtime upgrade for full. This is what I mentioned earlier. Sometime in September, hopefully we'll have full EVM support. So what does this mean? It means that if you write smart contracts using Solidity, it will now be interoperable with ours, and vice versa. Okay, that's what we mean by full EVM support. E being Ethereum, V virtual, M machine. November 2024, Polkadot Open Go for on-chain governance with XODE. And December, hopefully, God willing, we will onboard a security-related use case. Market adoption strategy, I don't know if you'd be interested in this, but yeah. We're continue doing what we're doing now. Hackathons, reaching out to GDAP or the Game Developers Association of the Philippines. Any game developer in the crowd? Anyway, yeah, these are the things that we plan to do. Sales and distribution channels, I don't think you'd be interested in those. Budget allocation, this is how we plan to allocate our budget after you give us your investment. 30% will be for content creation and distribution, social media marketing and advertising, 1/4, developer outreach and events, partner collaborations and sponsorships, and community engagement initiatives. Our unique value proposition, what makes us unique? XODE's innovative features speeds up Web3 development. And XODE's Polkadot blockchain technology, ease of use differentiate it from competitors. I cannot emphasize that enough. Investment highlights. We have a top-notch XODE team. Look at this, guys. Our founder, you heard him speak earlier. He's there, he's buddies with our God, Mr. Gavin Wood. And Sir Noah over there. Together we can make things happen. Sir Noah. Both graduated from the Polkadot Blockchain Academy in Hong Kong. We are experts in our own fields, okay? So, that's our CEO, by the way, Sir Oliver. So, the rest of the founding team are experts in their own field with solid track records. Milestones. I don't know if you're interested, I don't want to bore you, but we started 2 years ago. In July of 2002, we joined and won in the Polkadot Hackathon North America edition. We won 3rd place. May na lang kayo sawa, 3rd place. So with the winnings, we further went into Web3 research. In July 2023, XGame and XODE DevNet development, smart contracts and multi-asset token is now fully functioning in the XODE Parrot chain. As we speak, we are mainnet and we are functioning. February 2024, XGame served as the inaugural use case for XODE. XGame is our Web3 gaming platform. In April 2, very, very recently, so you're lucky because you are witnessing the evolution right this very moment. April 2, we again won the Kusama auction. Kusama auction 136 to be specific. We have a lease of the Parrot chain for 1 year until February 27, 2025. So milestones, so here, Polkadot Hackathon, XODE, XGame, 𝐃𝐢𝐭𝐚𝐳, XWard, and other use cases will be coming on board. Risk analysis. If you're an investor, you ask, what are your risks? The number one risk is the government. Somebody mentioned that. That's everybody's risk. Regulatory compliance. But we have a solution to that. And what's the solution? Employ the services of compliance experts like Polymec. This was mentioned earlier by Sir Glenn. Polymec is an investment thing, but they are masters in in marrying decentralized blockchain technology with regulation. We do not live in a vacuum. After all, we live under a government. Polymech is going to help us navigate through that. Technological challenges, and we have a mitigating answer to that, is we continue to learn Polkadot blockchain technology by attending Polkadot sponsored events like South Asia 2024, the Polkadot Developer Conference that happened recently in Bangkok. Market volatility and lack of awareness and education. Again, for this, we just concluded a 30-day Web3 bootcamp, and we will do more in the future. You heard Sir Glenn mention about a bootcamp on cryptography alone. So we continue with the community engagement via workshops, seminars, and Web3 bootcamps. Risk mitigation. We ensure a stable technical foundation and processes where the expectations always behave. The process always, what you expect from the process will naturally happen, even if the actors do not necessarily do so. Closing. Well, investing in XODE offers a unique opportunity. You have an early adoption advantage. You have a unique opportunity to be part of a groundbreaking project poised to shape the future of blockchain technology. I don't want to sound cocky, but in one of my talks in Bangkok, I was asked by somebody, why Polkadot? My answer was simple, because Polkadot will be the blockchain of blockchains. Eventually, the other blockchains is unstoppable. But there's a better word for that. Resilience. You cannot stop Polkadot. It is very resilient. Eventually, other blockchains will want to communicate, to interoperate with Polkadot. The others, I'm sad to say, I hope I'm wrong, but they will become irrelevant because they are just living on their own, in their own little world, with not much interoperability. What's the use? We are here to solve real-world problems from real-world people. So your fancy blockchain technology won't mean much if you cannot interoperate with the rest of the world. Thank you very much. That's all.